All right, guys, you know I wouldn't do you like that. We can't conclude this series without the final fix, so that's what we're going to do right now. And I'm going to show you our setup here, so let's just get right to it. This is, of course, the Ford Ranger with the horrid drivability issues that ultimately I diagnosed a fuel pump, even though it really kind of didn't look like the fuel pump would be bad. But the evidence is irrefutable. It has to be the fuel pump. So let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so as you can see, we've got the fuel tank dropped from the vehicle, but the new pump is in. I've just got everything hooked up to test run this before I go ahead and install the tank and make sure everything's going to run okay. All right, let's take a look at the fuel pressure when we prime this up. Okay, we are not deadheading the pump this time. I anticipate it'll take a couple of primes because I also have a new filter in here, and of course the lines are empty. So we're going to go ahead and prime this up a couple times. And nothing yet. Boy, the pump sounds strong. You won't be able to hear it over the beeping. All right, let's see here. Oh, look at that. Holy crap. That is dramatically different. Yeah, this car is going to start right up the first time. Let's try one more prime. Just see if I get a little more, but that's what I want to see. Right around 40. You can hear the regulator now is engaging, so it's not going to go past 42 there, but there's an extra 10 psi of pressure right there. This car is going to start right up. Look at that. Wow, and it idles absolutely perfect. Oops, my gauge dropped. Let's get the gauge back in view here. Notice it's holding its idle. The engine's cold right now. All right, let's see how it acts with a little bit of gas going here. Oh, the throttle is instant responsive. Notice the pressure actually increases just slightly. It doesn't drop. This car is fixed. Okay, here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off real quick, because we don't want it to warm up fully yet and get the oxygen sensors engaged. We want to check those fuel trim values because remember, we drew baselines. So we can look now and we can make absolutely sure that if this truck comes back, it isn't going to be for a P0171 code, that's for sure. Looks like I've got to have the car running in order to connect here to Auto Ingenuity, so let's go ahead and do that. Wow. Start right up. Such a difference. All right, let's try this again here. All right, well, I'm having a little trouble with my Auto Ingenuity, so we're just going to go back to the Autel here. And what I want to do, obviously, is not only get the fuel trim readings and everything, but also catch the correction. That's always fun to see that. So let's go over here. All right, I actually don't have EVAP hooked up. It wouldn't reach the tank, so sure we'll get some check engine light stuff for that pretty soon, but I don't care. We just want to look and see, did we fix this car? Let's see, O2 sensor 1, bank 1, we're going to go ahead and take that. We are going to get long-term trim and short-term. Okay, hopefully we didn't miss our window, and I don't think we did because short-term trim is still really, really high. That's really all we need. So let's go ahead and show that. We can graph our O2 sensor, and let's run this thing. That instant startup is so satisfying. All right, let's see what we get here. Right now, the car is not even nearly warmed up yet, so I'm going to let this run and we'll come back when it warms up and if we can catch any changes. Okay, here it is now. Look at it. There's our correction. We're running rich on average, pulling down our fuel trim. That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, after giving a couple of minutes here, we can see that our fuel trims now look absolutely amazing. All right, man, that is just so satisfying. I can't even describe it to you. But we've got another guaranteed fix here. And it was a little bit weird because even though none of this looked like a fuel pump problem, it didn't feel like a fuel pump problem driving it. And even with the fuel pressure, it was just barely under the specification given in the manual. But the data doesn't lie, and that kind of gets to another business operations thing since we've been talking about that. One of the things that very often I'm asked is about what do you do if you can't fix the car? And that's one of the things that a lot of you guys have brought up that you're nervous about if you wanted to start doing this and fixing other people's cars. Well, what if you can't fix it? And how do you deal with that? And here's the thing is that as you could tell from the beginning of the video when I was doing the editing, I was thinking, man, I just said, when I fix the car, we're going to do this. After I fix the car, we'll do that. It wasn't even a consideration that I wouldn't be able to fix the car. The thing is that once you get your basics down, once you got your basic electrical, once you got your basic engine performance, once you know how to read the scan tool, when you know how the engine responds to different variables, and you know how to input those variables to get that output to see what isn't functioning, all cars are pretty much the same. I mean, I don't expect when I get a car, even if I've never seen it before, that it's going to run on nuclear power or that it's going to have a flux capacitor or something that defies the laws of physics in the universe. I know that it's still going to rely one way or another on the basics. Whatever new component they put in, if it's electrical, it's going to operate off the same electrical concepts and theories that all electrical things do. And when you have that background and knowledge, it's really just a matter of doing research on a specific thing. So you really shouldn't let that stop you. If you don't have those basics, though, but you want them, the best way to get that is at my paid channel at www.schrodingersboxqm.com for Schrodinger's Box Quantum Mechanics. Only $3.49 a month. You'll have all those basics that I just described that allows you to fix any car. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this as satisfying as I did. We will see you next time.